when it comes to my marriage, it's something that I am going to defend at all costs because leave him out of it. I'm on the show, and if you have an issue with me, that's fine. But I don't understand why women always have to bring up someone's husband, and especially when you ain't got one for me to talk about.
Jennifer and Christian Gold are done playing nice with Shaunie O'Neal, and they're calling her all the way out for trying to wreck their union from the church pew to the Paris wedding. Shaunie, the so-called neutral first lady of the circle, got dragged into this mess for what Jennifer and Christian say is pure contradiction. Now, Shaunie made her grand re-entry onto Basketball Wives, and let's just say she didn't come empty-handed. She pulled up with that signature energy, like she's just checking in on the chaos instead of being part of it. But trust and believe, her presence brought a whole storm of shade. Now, as soon as Shaunie walked in, Evelyn couldn't hold it together. She lit up like it was Christmas morning. You would have thought Beyonce had walked in the door, the way Evelyn squealed and ran to hug her. All giggles and high-pitched laughs like they hadn't just been in the middle of a war zone 5 minutes before. Evelyn basically forgot the cameras were rolling and jumped right into Shaunie's arms like a loyal sidekick greeting her boss. But while all that was going on inside, Jennifer was outside the house texting Brandy and Jackie like, y'all come get me, I ain't walking into that circus without backup. She literally didn't even want to step foot in the door, and now we see why. Jen wasn't trying to play nice, she was watching the vibe from the driveway. She already knew what kind of energy was in there. You got Evelyn running around fangirling, Shaunie walking in like she's the voice of reason, and Jen just sitting outside thinking, why am I even here? Let's be real, if Jen wasn't walking up in that house like everybody else, it's because she already knew what was waiting for her. The vibe was off, the room was full of tight smiles and fake greetings, and she wasn't about to get caught up in the middle of all that mess. Now, y'all already know if Jen was outside the house and not running up in it like the rest of them, she already knew the energy inside was giving a side of petty.
I was that person. Like, I got married in my previous relationship thinking that it was going to fix things and that, he's going to change this because we got married, or he's going to act differently because we got married. That is not true. It's not realistic. And it's not my job to fix those things about the person that I'm married to.
So fast forward, after the hugs, fake smiles, and awkward energy settle a little, the real shade starts dripping. Shaunie starts doing what she does best, talking without saying too much, but saying just enough to sting. She sits down with the girls and slides in this comment like it was casual conversation. I don't get why Jennifer keeps coming around to argue about her man. So now we're questioning why Jen is here, not what's happening, not who's been pushing buttons, but why Jennifer is showing up for herself and her relationship. Let's keep it all the way real. Jen ain't popping up at these events to start a mess. She's been defending her marriage since day one, and every time she does, somehow she becomes the problem. Shaunie acts like Jen's got nothing better to do than show up and fight over Christian, when really, Jen is just tired of people disrespecting what she and Christian have built, especially on national TV. Brandy saw the tension and tried to fix it with a little olive branch. She casually mentions that Jennifer and Christian are having a wedding in Paris and says to Shaunie, you should come. And Shaunie, she hits her with the slickest no ever. Not a loud rude no, just a soft twisted face no, like she smelled something bad and didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but that face and look said it all. The judgment, the disapproval, the low-key I'm too good for that attitude. Shaunie could have just politely declined, but instead she had to throw in that smug smile. She didn't even try to hide how she felt about the invite, and Jennifer saw all of it.
Our biggest test was our wedding. We didn't know if we were gonna make it to Paris to get married.
Now let's get into the part where Jennifer and Christian said, we've been quiet long enough. Because once Shaunie started throwing around comments like Jennifer's showing up just to argue, instead of recognizing that this woman is trying to protect her marriage, the goals had to respond. And they came with facts, not feelings. Jennifer clapped back with a question that had everybody pausing. How are you a pastor's wife, but you don't support marriage? Like, seriously, how do you sit in the front pew every Sunday praising unity and commitment, but turning your nose up at someone else's love story? That was the part that hit hardest. Jennifer wasn't yelling, she wasn't messy, she was just pointing out the contradiction. Because let's be honest, if Shaunie really believed in what she preaches, wouldn't she at least be happy that Jennifer found love? Even if she had personal issues, the bare minimum would be to say, I'm glad you're in a happy, committed relationship. But no. Instead, she's questioning why Jen keeps showing up like she's crashing a party. Then Christian said, tag me in, and it was a wrap. This man didn't just defend his wife, he came with the kind of energy that made everybody sit up straight. He said if Shaunie had actually shown up to the Paris wedding, he would have been like, who are you? And let's be real, that wasn't even shade, that was honesty. Christian made it clear this marriage ain't about who approves, it's about who shows up with love. And so far, Shaunie's been showing up with confusion and criticism, not support. He dragged both Shaunie and Evelyn, saying they're acting like they're too high up to celebrate someone else's win. He reminded folks that not every invite is for clout. Some are extended in love, and when that love isn't returned, it tells you everything. But Christian wasn't done. After addressing Shaunie, he turned straight to Evelyn. He said what a lot of people have been thinking. Evelyn's only got a seat at the table because she's Shaunie's teacher's pet. According to Christian, Evelyn's loyalty isn't about truth or fairness. It's about status. Who's in charge, who signs the checks, who she thinks will keep her on the show. That's who she's loyal to. And let's not forget that moment when Evelyn told the group that Shaunie doesn't bless Jennifer's marriage. Like, why is a blessing even necessary from someone who's shown zero genuine interest in the relationship?
The thing about me is I tell my story, and I've been telling my story. The convicted felon stuff is not breaking news to the internet. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but don't bring my kids in this. They poked the bear, now I'm up.
Christian and Jennifer both made it clear that comment from Evelyn wasn't concerning, it was performative. It wasn't about love, it was about staying in alignment with Shaunie, no matter how shady it looked. Jennifer pointed out that Evelyn never once checked the actual facts about her relationship. Instead, she's always gone with the side that seems safest and most beneficial to her. They feel like Evelyn's never cared about what's real. She just follows whoever's holding the most power in the room. And now that Shaunie's back in the picture, Evelyn's doing the most to stay in line, even if it means acting like Jennifer's relationship is a joke. Now let's talk about the part that really had folks raising eyebrows. Not just the cast, but the network. Jennifer and Christian didn't hold back when they accused production of playing favorites. And guess who's allegedly being protected? Yep, Evelyn. According to them, there were scenes where Evelyn went way below the belt. We're not just talking about comments or reality TV level mess, we're talking personal attacks, including one involving Jennifer's late aunt. Jennifer and Christian claimed that Evelyn crossed a serious line by speaking on her aunt, and yet, when those episodes aired, the footage was blurred, chopped, and edited like nothing ever happened. They say they've got paper trails and screenshots to back it all up. Proof that what viewers saw on screen was only half the truth, that the messiness from Evelyn was either softened or cut altogether, while anything Jennifer said was aired in full just to keep the narrative looking one-sided. And if that's true, that's a serious problem. Christian even suggested that the production team isn't just allowing it, they're encouraging it, all to keep certain cast members in the spotlight and paint others as difficult or angry just to create easy storylines. It's giving favoritism with a filter, and Jennifer's tired of being the scapegoat while others get the polished edit. Cause let's be real, if a scene was so bad that it had to be blurred out, why was it even happening in the first place? Why protect someone who's allegedly going after a cast member's family? And while Jennifer's been trying to stay classy and play by the show's rules, Christian said, enough is enough. He made it crystal clear, I'm not built like y'all. He's not in the business of reality TV politics, and he's definitely not here for folks playing with his wife's name or her peace.
It was hard for me at first, but I was like, this is what I chose, and I have to man up and understand that no matter what I do, the age difference, no matter what I do, good or bad, right or wrong, people have something to say.
Christian spoke up on camera and behind the scenes, saying there's only so much disrespect he's going to sit back and watch. The editing, the double standards, the snide comments passed off as shade? Nah. He said, you come for my wife, I'm coming for your whole storyline. And that's exactly what he did. He let it be known that Jennifer has been putting in work for years, not just for herself, but for the show. And now that she's found someone who truly loves her, she's still being treated like the villain? Christian said that's not just messy, that's intentional. And unlike the rest of the cast, he's not playing for cameras. He doesn't care about looking peaceful if it means staying silent. To him, marriage is real, disrespect is real. And the way he sees it, if they're going to keep pushing Jennifer as the problem, then he's going to keep being the solution. Loud and clear. When a man stands 10 toes down for his woman like that, you better believe this ain't reality TV drama. This is real life with real vows and real smoke for anyone who plays with his queen. Now, y'all tell me, was Jennifer and Christian out of pocket for clapping back, or was Shaunie out of line trying to give First Lady judgment with no First Lady grace? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know, whose side are you on in this messy marriage showdown? I'll see y'all next time for another sip of this hot tea.